Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Live Show. Let's get that big lemon water. I got my Patriots thing. I got to remember something of Massachusetts. Stay hydrated no matter what. Keep yourself situated. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break it down. See what's happening here on the live stream. Talk about Bitcoin. People still buying that Bitcoin up. It's getting out of control. Pump after Powell says nothing. Just joined the Lifer Gang 5 minutes ago. God bless you. Thank you for jumping on in. Bang, bang, bang. Love the new setup. 777. Thank you for saying that. I don't drink lemon all the time too. Lemon water, baby. Let's get it going all the way back to the upside. Last night I was absolutely drained. I'm telling you right now, it was insane. Shout out to all you beautiful people here on the live. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you so much for jumping on into the live stream. Shout out to everybody here. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's get this stream up and running. Yesterday, we talked about a short to the downside. My area was 57,000. Basically 598. We went pretty close to that area. We got back down to 57,000. I was telling you there was likely a bigger pullback. I've been talking about the pullback for a long, long time. And just something that I'm seeing. What's crazy is whenever the stream lags, I'll have the stream here will tell me it's lagging. But it's funny whenever it's something about, we want crypto with a shirt right here. Funny. So it's weird. I have excellent connection. So maybe it'll just fix itself. Maybe I've been making too many lives throughout the morning, getting updates or something, or I don't know what's happening. Maybe people are watching too many different videos on my thing at once, but Florida is absolutely beautiful. So it's weird. Usually when I get a lag, I know the lag is happening because I can see it. All right. So I have no idea what's going on. It gets in my head though, for sure. I see a bear. No lag here. Not like last night. Yeah. No, it definitely shouldn't be like last night, but I guess technically there's somewhat of a lag for some reason. Not lagging at all for some people. Okay. Great to see that. No lag. How do you decide between coins? Someone just said no lag at all. Interesting. No lag. Another guy, no lag. So some people got lag, some people don't. It's pretty interesting. Looks normal to him. Okay, let's rock. I love it. Just tell me there's no lag and I'll believe it. He said they're tripping on their own. Okay. Yeah. Blessings on blessings. So here's the deal. Let's talk about Bitcoin and let's break it down. I see more downside coming, sad to say. I see no reason to stop the shorts, man. The shorts are in control. They're going to continue likely to go further to the downside. I was with you from the beginning. I've been with you from day one, right? And let's talk about why I believe we're going lower. And, I already gave an extensive update to everyone in the trading group, but I like to go over it again in depth, talk about it. Number one, the monthly candle close, right? Which I botched last night for the first time in a long time. But it was like too much, too little. That's actually, there's a bunch of lessons you can learn from me all the time. It's better to kind of bow out than go in when you're completely beat. You know what I mean? You may do more damage overall. All right. Lag or no lag, it's the GOAT. Join the 99. Fear the greed index changing quickly now. Yeah. A lot of communities share the broadband for the areas. You can end up with generally slow internet because of your neighbors. We all use Elon Musk's internet up here. It's amazing. Yeah. I'll just have to get, Starlink. So check this out. We got this right here. A bearish engulfing candle here on the monthly. All right. That's bearish. The second we saw that close, bang. And look at the next monthly candle already starting super bearish, right? And that's what you expect after a bearish engulfing candle. It's just exactly what we saw. So last night I said I see more downside. Yesterday I said I saw more downside. And then when we shrunk down into the smaller time frames, we saw the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. When I talked about the daily, I've been building this right shoulder before it even happened, right? When we were this high, I said, it looks like a right shoulder to me. I was still bullish on a possible high or low right there. There's a chance that we could have made a higher high, but I'll tell you how we figured it out. We got rejected by the 200 SMA on the smaller time frames. It told us that we weren't going higher. Bang. The 4-hour really got rejected by the 200 SMA right here. I can remember it all in my mind photographically like it was yesterday. So, shout out to everybody here. The mic sounds off a little bit, he says too. Mic is too loud. There we go. I do have the mic a little loud. I don't know why. It's picking up like a louder version. I'll get it all figured out. But I was this loud yesterday anyway. A lot of community. Waffles is pretty interesting. I keep hearing about Waffles. Da Vinci's coin, right? It's his little cat Waffles, and it's hot, right? So, and look, we've now broken the neckline of the head and shoulder, and that's usually your way down, right? Now, how low do we go is the question. Do we go all the way back down to 51,000, or do we go lower? Do we go somewhere into this region, and do we start testing 46, 47,000? You know, this could be a bigger dip than people realize. I think a lot of people are stuck in the head that it has to be something, has to be. And we had a major run up. I mean, it was almost like a mini bull market. And one thing that I also wanted to discuss, shout out to Soft Shell, man. We love you. Bitcoin upset, upgrind, upset. I don't know what that means. Shout out to 2000. But so here's the deal. When Bitcoin started losing these key levels, right, and coming down through these gaps, you get this level right here, 52,400. You're going to come to the 200 MA. Now, if we get some crazy reversal, it could happen. But at this point, it's unlikely, right? In my humble opinion, it's more likely we continue further to the downside. We've lost all daily support and resistance that your last little piece would have been this little area here where these two candles stop. We know 67,002 and 67.5 were important. When the weekly candle closed below 65.5, I told you that was the most bearish thing ever. I kept saying we cannot close a weekly candle below 65.5. We didn't do it there. We didn't do it. We finally started breaking these areas. We closed the candle, and then that was it. Once this weekly candle closed above 65.5, it was a wrap. That and the 8-hour 200 SMA, if you used both of those indications, you would have known exactly when and how this thing was going to drop. We would have got rejected by 67.2, which was the next resistance. We then lost 65.5, and then we lost the 8-hour 200 SMA. If you were in my trading group, I talked about opening up a hedge short when we lost the 200 SMA, and on the 8-hour time frame with a stop loss above 67.2. And look, you're in the money now. Bang, bang, bang. Really, and no reason to stop the shorts. And why? For long term, if you're in a long-term short, I see no reason to get out of the short personally. If you're thinking about longing, I'd wait for certain key areas to get, brought back out before I would long. And so we'll discuss that because that's what people want to know. Is it time to long? Now, IDCA still, buying Bitcoin now at 57,000 is way better than buying it when it was at 75,000. That's for sure. The Fear and Greed Index back at 54. That's something that I'm really more excited for, right? You can't buy Bitcoin up in here. You got to buy Bitcoin from this shaded region. And I don't know if we'll ever get down here again. That was the most shaded region we ever had, right? So that area is key. Can we get back down to this key area? When you're looking for coins at DCA and during the times, how do you choose between pricing coins that show strength versus coins that have corrected a lot and have room to move? Funny. Way lower. I go all in at 34K. The signs were there. Amen. Yeah. Sammy, if you look at the daily chart, you can see a similar retest from late January. Greetings from Turkey. David Chun is the original founder of the XX Network, CEO of Elixir. Do you think the network has a promising future? I don't know much about XX. There's a guy in my trading group that's all about it. Shout out to Jimmy. Hope the new marriage is going well, Jimmy. God bless you and yours. But yeah, Fear and Greed Index at 54. Definitely a time for me to start dollar cost averaging a little bit more into Bitcoin. But I'll be honest, this is how bear markets begin. And, I just I sound like such a bear. I'm just telling you that if a bear market began, or we saw some type of weird difference in the cycle, it would begin just like this. So I would be wrong to tell you that it's always just going to go up and we're only going to the upside. Anything could happen here. All right. And, it's like Bitcoin is the hope. Crypto is the hope. If the world, the leaders of the world want to destroy it or destroy us, I mean, they would attempt to try to crash this price pretty hard, right? Shout out to Jennifer. Shout out to Ivan Tenbroke. Hit the likes. Shady Red is coming. Yeah. No one understands this right now. Understands what I'm trying to see what she was saying before. Could we see we could reach 50K? Yes. And when any prediction? Top cannot be in. The top never gives this many chances for let his hands to get out. The last monthly close is very concerning. Yeah. Time to short. The monthly close is when you see a monthly close like that on any asset. That's very bearish. That's very, very bearish. I have to be honest. I'd love to just start talking like it's all gravy, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. Now's the time to learn how to trade. Now's the time to get a trading education. How was I able to see that we were going to make a pullback way before it happened? I was able to get into cash and make sure that I didn't go too hard, and how I was able to stack cash. And everyone was like, mortgage the house, put it all in. I was like, I started taking money out of the market. I said, this market doesn't look good. I started getting myself ready for my next year of expenses so that so if the market took a beat down, I'd at least have a couple years to think about my life and think about what was going on. So like, because of technical analysis, I was able to position myself way better than most people. All right. Doesn't mean I didn't take a hit on my long-term holdings in cryptocurrency, of course, right? So, but I was able at least to mitigate it and give myself something to stand on, like a leg to stand on, or a place to be at, So that's kind of like the big hope behind all that, right? Before we made a new all-time high back in 2020, we also had a monthly close like this. Yeah, Grayscale just transferred 2K Bitcoin to Coinbase. Interesting. Yeah, and then Grayscale is just completely dumping Bitcoin, and honestly, the lower it goes, the faster they dump it because they want to get at least as much as they can, right? So this creates a domino effect of dumpage. And then you have all the people that are over leveraged, and they're leveraged, and they start hitting the leverage. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes here when it comes to Bitcoin, right? Yeah, I still remember when you said if we lose the 1 minute 200 MA when Bitcoin was at 71K, open a short. Ever since, it's been dumping. Yeah. I also talked about whenever the Fear and Greed Index was up at 85 or 70, whenever I didn't sell there, I regretted it, right? I mean, where are we now? Like we're basically in a pullback in a bull market until we lose the 200 on the daily, right? And look, BOOKMAP's been spot on. Like the last 2 days, it's given us way more liquidity below us than to the upside. This is BOOKMAP. Link to BOOKMAP in the description. I do get a commission from BOOKMAP if you want to jump on in. I'd greatly appreciate it. See what the candlesticks are hiding. You'll see the candlesticks, but you'll see inside of BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP will show us really what's going on. And BOOKMAP says, look at how much liquidity we have. Big Red is down now at $55,000, all the way down to 55. And then even back now to the Fibonacci level that I had at 53,000. So you can see that we clearly want to go lower here for Bitcoin. And it's sad to say, this is what I'm seeing, okay? Sad to say. Way more liquidity to the downside than to the upside. And it suggests that we will go. It suggests that we will go. Maybe at 53,000, somewhere to that area. Very, very possible, all right? So we'll be looking for these key ideas here, and we'll have to short the market. I'm loading up more money into the account here, and beginning to look for more shorts. We now have our trend established to the downside. It's period. So now we get to trade shorts until we don't. You get what I'm saying? So once the trend is established, we trade the trend. All right. So weekly candles now. Look, I mean, that's almost a bearish engulfing, but it's bigger than the last two candles in a row, and the week has just begun. We have 4 days to finish. What I do like is we're coming back to the 21. Could we bounce off the 21? That could be our saving grace, or at least just do a little dip below it. You don't really want to come to the 50. Look at the last two bull runs we've went on. You did not go down. You hit the 50 only on a massive pullback here, where we recovered a secondary run. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is something that I talked about over and over again, but I think a lot of people overlooked, was the DXY, and the DXY on a bigger time frame, like the 2 week. And this is what I want to show you that I don't think people really think about. The DXY pumps whenever we dump, right? And it dumps whenever we pump. So like, if you flip this upside down, you're like, where were the rallies, right? So they're cleaning the the sidewalk and stuff over here. Man, that's loud though, man. So we have that would be the 2017 Bitcoin run up. Do you see what I'm saying? I just flipped the chart upside down to give you, so Bitcoin pumped, right? And here was our last pump, right? And here was the recent pump we just had. And so if you look at it, dump. And so what I was doing a comparative analysis onto how much we actually dumped compared to how much the market, like our market, made a move, right? And so I took this piece, and you can say they're about the same. This is a little longer. And you can say we kind of, this is pretty similar, but a little long, but about the same. And so like that was our rally. So the dollar dumped enough to give us a rally. Like it's just an interesting idea, right? So the dollar is going to have to dump double time for us to have another bull run like that everybody wants. You know what I mean? We're going to have, and I don't know if that's in the dollar's cards right now. It's an interesting concept. It's something to think about. It's something to talk about. We could be on a bigger cycle. Bitcoin is so new. There could be a 3-year cycle, a pullback, a 3-year cycle, a pull. Like we don't even know. Like Bitcoin might start making a new cycle that we don't know about. That's the saddest and most beautiful thing about Bitcoin is that none of us know exactly what's going to happen with BTC and where we're going with Bitcoin, right? That's why the people that held it long term and that stay in are just the ungreedy people that eventually got to places most people would never get to by just maintaining their Bitcoin stash over time. So many people are like, you know what, I'm up $1 million, I'm out. I'm up $2 million, I'm out. But then there's the people that held and held and held through it all, which is absolutely insanity, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. We have Jerome Powell talking today, which is also going to be insane. Jerome Powell, that's going to be a big deal. When he comes back and starts, if he's going to be hawkish, and maybe there's some leakage of what he's been saying, and that's why we already get a bit of a pullback here. So, but if you can see, if you look at the dollar index, we wanted the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. We wanted that dump, and we made this right shoulder, and then we got a move to the upside, right? 2-week chart is still heading up to the dotted line where I see momentum, even it is getting to overbought, but there's momentum there. Look at the monthly, and the monthly still has legs. So unlike Bitcoin, which is like kind of cooked in the monthly, you can see that the DXY is ready to possibly double bottom its way further to the upside at 113. So it's, if you look at the bigger time frame on the DXY and you're unbiased and you just look at it, it suggests that we go higher. All right. You cannot say that I was not screaming that we were going to pull back for the last month, 2 months, like over and over again. And that's why I believe, being in a trading group is key, because you never know. And like all I really started to do in the last few weeks is dollar cost average. Like I stopped swing trading. I stopped throwing money into the market. I only bought into things that I thought were like somewhat undervalued, and I only bought little bits at a time. I didn't start throwing, you know what I mean? And I started getting into cash because this market didn't look good to me. All right. And again, I could have missed out on a huge run, but I could see what was happening on the weekly. And when the weekly got high, it told me. See, I don't do it all on it. Like, it's not like I do it immediately. Like I'm doing it here and I'm doing it there. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm a long term. You got to watch what I'm doing over the course of a few months to understand, to really truly learn from what I'm putting down. And if you can figure that out, that's where the sauce comes in. That's where the sauce comes into play. You can be like, all right, because like when am I pulling money, bigger amounts of money? When am I putting larger amounts of money? And it may be like 5 to 10 grand in 15 coins or 20 coins, right? When am I ebb and flowing in? When am I taking some profits? When am I looking at things? That's something you want to pay attention to, because I can teach you, but observing, you know what I mean? Observing the person that you're learning from is the key to life, right? Observing somebody. So it's all about the observation. All right. And I teach you as much as I can. That's why I'm here every day, so you can observe what I'm doing. So I don't disappear out of nowhere. Oh, the market dumps. He just disappeared. He was all hot and heavy on this, and now he's gone. Where is he? Right? What happened to this guy? That doesn't happen here. Right? We stay true to what we're doing. We say what we say, and the TA is so spot on. I know it's not going to make me look foolish. I know it's going to show me the bearishness beforehand. I know it's going to be it. That's how beautiful technical analysis is. You understand? Technical analysis is a beautiful thing that'll help you. And so that's why I teach technical analysis on a daily basis, every single day, no matter what, no matter when the market's up or down, no matter what's happening. And if you want to learn more from me and my team and everybody in my trading group, jump in. Go to cryptolifer.com. Find out more about what we do, what we're doing. $99 a month. It will be the best $99 you ever spent. I stand by that. Hit your email address, hit consent here, subscribe to the channel. You may have gotten wrecked today or the last few weeks. You may have just kept watching Twitter and guys kept saying, we're going up. And be like, you know what? And you may just keep piling more and more and more money. You know what I mean? No cut depends on what he says. Yeah, there will be no cut today. Like we know that by the CME. All right. You know what I mean? The next meeting, target rates for May 1st, right? No cut. 1% chance that they actually raise the rates now. So you can see this also made the market bearish because this flip, before it was 99%, and like 1% that they would lower rates. Now there's a chance they may actually raise the rate. You see this? This is even this is kind of what swayed the market. You get what I'm saying? When they believe the market's going to get a rate cut, they put the determination on the right side and they put the unlikely on the left, right? Because they're like, oh, we're going to stay flat. It's unlikely we're going to cut. But now they said it's unlikely we stay flat and it's unlikely that they're going to not cut. You see what I'm saying? So that changed the scenario. Like, that's already hawkish to me. And it's such a subtle difference. And I've been doing this for so long. Like, normally I wouldn't even look at that. But that is such a subtle move right there. That difference, right? Shout out to all the people here on the live. Dear Lord, thank you for everything that you brought to my live stream. Thank you for everything you've given me in these crazy times, man. And thank you for keeping me positive no matter what. Hydrated with the lemon water and staying true to the channel. You can have it all, but then you can't have it all if you don't have discipline and work. You know what I mean? Landscape is a big deal in Florida. It's a way of life. I know, right? But they stopped. They must have seen me and I don't hear them anymore. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, that guy can't have that noise. I can use Photoshop and make the chart look better. Yeah, funny. So anyway, this is just, this is what it is, right? Yeah, this is very basic, but I like the basicness of the chart, right? And so big meeting today, and then Jerome Powell's going to talk, right? And we're going to find out what he says. Is he's hawkish or bullish or bearish? The market will be pretty flat until then. We're at 57,500, which is a pretty good place if you consider where we were just back in August and September, right? Back at 25,000. But, you know, if you got the euphoria highs of 75,000, I mean, 73,000, it's really 73,777 was the high on, you know. Don't market usually drop on rate cuts. Maybe that's why they would be getting. And so BlackRock has stopped buying Bitcoin. No. Markets like to pump on rate cuts. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. When they cut rates, it makes markets pump extremely hard. You see? Very, very different, you know. Can you, something will break to cause rate cuts after market, right? Okay. Can you look at RSS? Oh yeah, you've asked me 3 days in a row to look at that coin, and I keep saying I will, and I forget. It's due to just the volatility of the market too, though. So look, we're in a bit of a bull flag here. You know, bullish cross, right? Getting oversold as you go sideways. This tells me that there could be more pump for the DXY. All right. Alt season, and you know, there's also another bank collapse that I heard about, like somewhere in California. Anyway, or something happened. I'll get the email out. I'll send it to the trading group. Is their customers, and in fact, they have done a big marketing campaign to try and get their customers to buy more. Yeah, exactly. They make money on the fees. Bitcoin goes to 52K for sure. It's very likely we go to 52,000. Like, I'm bracing for it. We've all been bracing for it. Everybody knows this is a likely scenario. So when it happens, it'll happen. All right. Yeah. Stay hydrated in these hot times. RSS3. Let's take a look at RSS3 here. It's on MEXC. It's all over the place. Let's take a look. Wow, so beautiful pump up, 145%, right? And then came all the way back down, but actually pretty high comparatively. See, that's the thing about this bear market, or, you know, this bearish time. You know, I shouldn't say bear. That's horrible, right? But the idea is this. We see coins that are up way higher than they were at the beginning of the market, even with all this dumpage, right? So all coins are holding up considerably a little better than we thought. You know, we're going to take a look at total 3 in a second in total, but this to me has a shoulder, a head, and a possible right shoulder, but it did also hit a serious resistance at 43. And if the market continues to dump, this will go even lower. Like, you know, could you open it like this and say, hey, you're going to come all the way down to the bottom of this, you know? To me, I'm more apt to think, you know what, we broke the channel, we got back inside, and we're going to head, but it still says 25 cents is likely, right? This is where I would be pulling a Fibonacci. Sorry, that was so small. And I have a zoomed in window that I was going to try to use, but I usually forget about it sometimes. But if I double click here, And if I zoom in, you can see where, we bounce off the golden, very almost the 786 near the golden pocket. So it's a pretty nice retracement, but it doesn't mean it can't continue to dump right to this 200 again. If Bitcoin takes the dump, I'm telling you, it's going to take, unexpectedly, it's going to take that whole market down with it. And you're going to see a move further down, right, on this 618 Fibonacci level, right? So sorry about missing that for so many times. It is weird to see Atom pumping. I don't know what's going on. Thank the heavens. But it pumped a little bit, 772 up to 840. Crazy, right? Atom did a little bit of a pump for whatever reason the last couple of days, attempting to find a bottom here. The thing is, Atom never really pumped. So, like when the whole market dumped, like Atom really never got the move to the upside. So you're sitting there like, what's going to happen to Atom? It's pretty interesting. It's weird. A lot of Atom is staked. And the ecosystem is pretty heavy, and people are really like, people that are into Atom like me, like I have my Atom staked, like I don't even think about removing my Atom from that stake. It's just not even, it just never even dawns on me. So, you get this rounded bottom for Atom where it's just really been lackluster. It's, for me, it has been kind of, it's underperformed the market for sure. That's why I got into it when the market started to heat up. It felt like, oh, Atom was going to start to take some shine, and never did. I thought when Bitcoin hit all-time highs, Atom was going to start to make some type of move here and do something interesting. It just didn't do that, So you never know what's going to happen. Everything is a gamble, But I guess a lot of the Atom is staked, as I'm suggesting, and then that was a big deal. Okay. So that's another thing that we got to, kind of firmly pay attention to is, what coins are as low as, like, how could this coin go much lower? And again, I say that, and anything is possible. Like this Atom, if Bitcoin takes a huge beat, this Atom revisit $4. Like these are just, and then I start wondering, is this a global economic meltdown? Like, is this something bigger than the altcoins? And am I just seeing a piece of what's happening through the crypto market? Or am I just giving into fear and greed too hard, the fear too much? I usually don't give into fear. Like I don't feel the fear. I'm just looking at the, because whatever happens is going to be fine. I know I'll be able to I'll do something, whatever whatever I have to do, I'm going to make it happen. You see what I'm saying? But the idea behind it is how will the market change? What shift are we going through, right? And now for me, like Atom's like got to break back above this $891 right here. See that bounce? Like it's got to break back above that to remain bullish. Interesting though to see Atom making a move, which I find really, really strange. For sure. Like how does it just out of nowhere decide it's going to pump like that, right? When the whole market's weird. And that's what I do, on days like today, I'll go to CoinMarketCap. Like I say, simple thing to do. It's not even, it's not rocket science, and just hit in the last hour and see, pendulum down, Axel Waxel down. But look, in 24 hours, this thing's up 8%. So Axel is actually up, which is interesting, right? Filecoin barely, a little bit, and everything else pretty beat to the ground. Fetch, Dog with Hat, like Wormhole, Orcoin. Things up still huge from when, we're getting Dog with Hat at 30 cents. So like things are still up pretty big. Injective at $1.78 when I first started talking about it. It's been like 2 years now almost. Polygon, Funnymatic never really got the love this rally. Some coins just never got the love. There was so much narrative getting pushed that the money would flow into other things. Jupe still holding 88. Right? So some coins still holding their gains. And it's interesting. It's like, you're stuck. So that's why if you don't take profits, you're stuck panic selling. Because at one point you might not have enough money, and I know people that are like, I had to sell at the bottom of the market because I needed to take what was left to live on, right? For me, I'm so stubborn, I'll just go get another job or a second job or a third job or something of that nature, right? So let's get back into Bitcoin now. So look at this. This was beautiful. 61,000 was 3 days support. You lost that. Not beautiful, but you see how the TA played out. And then you come right back. So the gap says, hey, 52,000 is really necessary. And then very likely we go to 42K because there's just not a lot of support until we get there. And then really the main base of support is down at 25, even 30,000. So if you can, people that didn't believe we were going to go to 50K, 57 when we were up here are the same people that don't believe we're going to go to 30, or 20K, right? And when I say that, they get so pissed like I'm being a huge bear. Like, how dare he say that? We're going all the way down. But that's like, I'm not saying what I am. I'm just suggesting these are the highest probability possibilities that we have to see that could happen, right? So that's just what I'm looking at. And so the shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside. I haven't really left this idea. Measured move at least to 52,671. And again, when you lose the 21, you lose the 50, the 80, the 100. When you lose all the moving averages, you come to the only one you're coming to now is the 200 SMA. Just like when they get tight and you pump up to it, it's the same scenario. The only thing that I could say is like our saving grace is like, are we making some type of shoulder? Like, are we making a complex head and shoulder? And do we like make some type of pennant and break on out of this? It's possible, but it's, you know, that's our possible move, but it's unlikely at this point. It's more likely that the head and shoulder plays out. We go further to the downside. You broke the trend line. Like, if you're really looking to, you could look for what's called a bearish retest of the trend line on the 1 hour time frame. I saw that today, but it felt like the 1 hour was even more bearish, right? And so if you were in my morning update, the one thing I'm looking at is this flag to the downside, right? Which says we go to like 53,000. And then BOOKMAP is right there for you, suggesting further downside. So stochastics already turned halfway. Didn't really give you a lot of love. 4 hour time frame could stay down here for a while. No real strong bullish divergence. 8 hour loss to 200 MA. That was my one time frame that I kept telling everyone to watch. Because when we got back above it, I was there, you know, but then when we got resistance of 67,263, which was basically the weekly support, we were gone. And so all this kind of came into play and really broke down what was likely going to happen. And so shorting is a win-win. You make profits and you get good value. You buy on spot when the trade closes. Amen. Exactly. If you wait to the right time, right? The economy was so much better than, the dip buying will be strong. We just had a halving. It's interesting. And everyone says the halving, right? But the halving also, like, it creates Bitcoin as scarcity. But the network also, like, restructures a little bit. You have certain miners that can't handle it. They can't make as much Bitcoin. So they can't sell as much. So they can't make as much. It's an interesting concept, like, when you think about it. Like, it does make it scarce, but we may not have thought through everything that the cycle does. You see what I mean? All right. So here's the deal. The smaller time frames, are they going to attempt to try to break you back up again? Bit of a Sammy cup and handy to the upside. To me, you have resistance now at 58,250. You got to break back above that to remain bullish. Super important. The halving is a supply and end thing. Supply only affects price with match with demand. There isn't demand right now. Look at the coin glass. There's significant short liquidations above them long below. Wonder if this pulls us up. Miners are doing better than ever before. LOL. Funny. I didn't say it was a big deal. I said it would be a restructuring of the miners. You see what I'm saying? So. Inscriptions. Funny. Your support for other influencers for telling me Da Vinci really says a lot about you. Nothing but love, lifer. Shout out to you, man. God bless you. Thank you for saying that, Soft Shell. Yeah. Honestly, Tom Crown's been nothing but nice to me. Jason Casper's been nothing but nice to me. Ben Armstrong been nothing but nice to me. Crypto Keeper, nothing but nice to me. Right? Crypto Face, nothing but nice to me. Even the Martini guy, nothing but nice to me. Like, there's just Wendy O, nothing but nice to me. Crypto Zombie, nothing but nice to me. Garrick Soloway, nothing but nice to me. The list goes on and on, honestly. Like, Crypto Archie, nothing but nice to me. Like, there, Crypto Seth, nothing but nice to me. Crypto John even was, cool dude. It's, little, not as easy to socialize with, but he's on point with his coins, man. So many nice people in the space that have been super awesome and appreciative. And that's why and again, my parents died this year. It's been an amazing year. An amazing, amazing year. Jordan Cameron, nothing but nice to me. Like, just the whole entire community has been nice to me. So I love the crypto community for life, man. It's it'll be my home forever. Right? We're all George. George was nothing but nice to me too. When I met him on numerous occasions, right? You know, and I know I'm forgetting somebody, right? I met Rand and Sheldon. Yes, I met them both. Sheldon was nothing but nice to me. Rand was nothing but nice to me. I don't know them personally. I don't really know them as well as everyone else I mentioned. Everyone else I mentioned, I've like seen on multiple occasions, gone places with, had dinner with, had fun, you know. What about CBC? Nothing but nice to me, man. I never met Crypto, right? Frankie Candles, nothing but nice to me. Met him on a couple occasions, nothing but nice to me. You see what I'm saying? Crypto Blood, I met the dude, nothing but nice to me. Like the list goes on. I've met almost everyone, every like major YouTube. We all know each other, man. Once you get to like 20, 30,000 subs, there's like this, you get put in this like influencer like group, and everybody kind of knows each other. And then you kind of, whenever you go to events, you meet with each other because we travel around and you want to see everybody, right? And so, all right. Your magic crystal ball says 52. That's interesting. All right. So look, what I'm seeing here is another head and shoulder pattern, right? I'm seeing like a shoulder, kind of a little mini one, but I'm seeing head and shoulder vibes right now for a possible move further to the downside here for Bitcoin. Once we lose this point of control, I see a drop further down. That's what I see happening for BTC. All right. We're not all George, thank goodness. You're a nice guy, so people are nice to you. Shout out to Rave Song Records. God bless you for being there. Shout out to Crypto King, though. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We appreciate you all for being here. So okay. You know, we're making this right shoulder, right? Top here. Try to get back above 58,252. So if we get back above 58,252, okay. You know, but for the most part, like, I'd watch this for another short further down to about 53.5. So, like, I'd start building my short idea here. It's kind of what I'd be looking at, personally, building my short idea. How and why would I do that? What am I doing with it? And just kind of what's in question. All right. Well, check it out. You can go to MEXC. You can go anywhere you want, MEXC, or, you know, open up a Coinbase. Just get to a place where you can have access to cryptocurrency and jump on into the game. I'm telling you right now, MEXC does 0 spot maker and taker fees, 0.1% spot fees. And, you know, with everything going on, they offer KYC. You must KYC by June 30th. You can do that with an RNS ID. A lot of people don't realize you can get an RNS digital ID and KYC at the proper exchange. And then, you know, what you do is you connect it to your tax software, do your taxes, hand it to your account. You know, again, I'm not a professional. Make sure you get a professional and get it done. How would you get that done? You do it with decrypted.tax. So look at that. I mean, it's all there for you. RNS ID, trading, and get yourself an accountant. 25% off the standard pricing for full tax service preparation. And if you mentioned you heard it here on Crypto Lifer, 25% off. Also get a free consultation. I haven't seen that anywhere else. Maybe you did your taxes already. Maybe you're not sure about them. Maybe you did them in a way where you can't sleep at night, and you really like. And maybe, you know what's funny? I've seen people worry about taxes, and then they've gone to a professional and found out they did everything right. They just were literally freaking out for no reason. Taxes is a confusing thing. And so if you're having some emotional distress from taxes, I'm telling you right now, get that free consultation. Use my connections that I've already made to help you. All right, he's a great tax attorney. The guy runs an amazing service. So check it out. Go to decrypted.tax today. He does sponsor the channel, and he's amazing. So God bless Ernest Lee. We thank you so much for your constant support, and shout out to decrypted.tax. And I just want to put you at ease. So MEXC, and then I like to trade perpetual here every once in a while, right? Use a demo account you can go here to futures, go down to demo trading, and you can demo your face off, all right? And demo. But now that we have an established trend, right? It doesn't look like price is just going to out of nowhere just reverse. And we're below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. So that's a bearish sign, right? So as long as you're below the 200 SMA, you can likely go further to the downside, right? And so I start to kind of make my pattern. I got a bit of a head and shoulder forming here in my mind, a bit messy, but that's what I see happening. I could be wrong, but it served me pretty well so far, so I don't question everything, right? We made this bear flag, broke to the downside, 1 hour also looks to me like it's rolling over. 60, 59, 270 would be the area. Like, okay, I'd begin to believe we're starting to reverse. The daily could take us lower. The weekly could take us lower, right? We're a little far away from the 200 than I'd like to be. I like to start my shorts near the 200. You get it? Whenever you get away from the 200, you usually might have to come back to it first before your next bigger move. Not every time, but it can be you can have a better chance of winning by trading off the 200, like near it, than trading on it. You get what I mean? Trading away from it. Doesn't mean you're going to win every single time or lose everything, but like right there, the entry in this short was beautiful when we were right near the 200. You already would have made gains. See that? Bang. So you could have longed this morning, shorted right then, called it a day, right? Already been in and out of 2 trades using the 200 MA on the 1 minute. It's a beautiful time frame to trade. You just got to stick with it and do it over and over again. And that's why I tell everyone, use a demo account. Do 100 of these trades. Write down in a trading diary. Learn what a trading diary is. What did you do? How did you do it? Plan your trade. Plan your trade, or your trade will plan, the trade will plan you. So symmetrical triangle, normally these break to the downside. 50-50 patterns. I can hold control to grab a different one. And again, I build these on TradingView, but you can get the TradingView widget. It comes free right here on. What's cool is you can get access to things that you would have to pay for on MEXC. It's not like, I don't believe it's connecting to my TradingView account to do this. So you could use the VRVP, right, without having to pay for it right here on TradingView through this widget. But I can't use the VRVP when I'm, you have to pay for it on TradingView. I could be wrong about this. Maybe it's accessing some type of, it's understanding. But look, so now we have a bit of a symmetrical triangle. They usually break down. So if I was going to start a short, I'd be looking for my stop loss to be above the 200 SMA. And I'd look to ride this. Like, I'd hope, to be in this short longer than that smaller time frame. I'd look to ride this further down, possibly to, 56,274, somewhere to liquidity. So I'd look for BOOKMAP now to like where I see a good amount of liquidity. And that would start to give me some, ideas of where I would. So I could short down at 55.5. They got 54. But so if I got out at like 56,000, looks like I'd be pretty good, right? So like, you don't have to go for, everyone tries to go for every trade to make the biggest one. And there's ways to do that. Once you get better, you can start kind of adjusting your stop losses and trailing your stop losses, taking profits on the way down. So this is what I see happening. And again, it's almost like an inverted head and shoulder. And you can say, okay, we had a little bullish div here. And what the problem is, you'll get bullish div all the, in a dump, just like you'll get, but you won't be able to get above previous resistances, or you'll get rejected by the moving averages. See? See how hot it is in here just by how much my ice stays cool. My ice is staying pretty cool. I did demo trading for 6 months before putting any dollar in. Thank you, Crypto Lifer. God bless you, brother. I joined for the first time, watching for the 5 minute. Wish you a good stream. I just joined for the first time, watching for 5 minutes. Wish you a good stream. God bless you, man. Thank you. If you're not liking 3 different accounts, you're not living right. God bless you, brother. You're the man. I love that. Made 200% gains last night, all because of the 200 MA. Sammy just giving gold. Amen. If you got to hit the like button, then quit forgetting things. God bless you. Thank you for saying that. Blessings on blessings, everybody out here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 1,500 beautiful souls here on the live. We got 389 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Sam, thanks for remaining comment positive. I just landed a good job because I joined the 99. 2 months ago, stopped drinking and smoking, working out, and doing yoga on the regular. So look, the $99 a month that he paid helped him get a new job because it helped him get a clear mind, start to do the right things, and change his life. I'm telling you right now, it's not easy to stay disciplined, but it becomes a habit that we can form over time. We get better at it. We keep going day in and day out. The hardest times become our toughest moments. We get through those toughest moments. We become even stronger. We know what we can handle. We know what we can do. We know what we're about. All right. So just took 150% profit. Thanks, Sam. Posted in the Lifer gains. People making gains in the group on a day where most people should be freaking out and getting sad, right? We're making gains. So now I see that the 1 minute's overbought, starting to show me signs that this could be a pretty good short to the downside, right? So I start to build the idea of the short. 57,814, right? Above the 200 MA on the 1 minute, because we could spike up, but a lot of times once you get above it, it's pretty much, you know, a redirection of movement. And then my take profit, now I'll put a bigger take profit. I may go earlier. You see, it's 56,250 though. Again, that's the beginning of the liquidity grab. So it suggests that we could hit it. Okay. So I can risk 250. And I risk like, hold up, I don't like that. 339 for 784. So it dropped a little bit to 270. I'd have to go all the way to 56K, which it says, the liquidity says I can get there. Take, oh, I put it wrong. I put the wrong 56,073. That's why. My stop, see, you just got to flip it upside down. See, your stop's up here. It messes with your mind. See, I did it wrong. My stop should be at, and make sure you're in the short tool. And make sure you're using the short 57.814. Even I do it a lot because I long more, right? So that makes more sense. 250 for $1,000, right? So risk 300 for $1,300, right? And let's watch. I'd like to buy into a green spike, right? If they spike the price up green. Now, if we break, now I won't get in yet because if we break the 200, that tells me not to get in the trade. You see? This was a symmetrical triangle, go either way, and they did get liquidity grab, right? You'd be surprised. They might just, lately they just, and oh, I forget it is Fed day. I just got to wait till he speaks too. I just forgot it was Fed day. It happens to me. You'll think you'll get it so into the trade, then you ask yourself, what day is it? It's Monday or it's a day. And you're like, oh, you don't usually trade Fed day. Beautiful, just pump to the upside there on the 1 minute out of nowhere. Just boom. Looks like an inverted head and shoulder now, like right shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's all about this 200. We get above the 200, we could cook. We stay below this, then it's likely. And that could have been a ballsy entry on the short right there to grab into that green candle. I don't usually do that. I wait. I'm a little more, I like to be more selective of the trade. Wow, see, that would have been a nice grab too, though. Already up $100 on the short. But man, they might bring the price up or down both ways too with the Fed meeting, so just be careful. I see a trend line forming on the weekly RSI. We'll take a look at that. And then look for the 15-minute. The 15-minute says it's going to bounce with a higher low. Cup and handle, right? You got some fair value gaps there too. She said, look at the weekly RSI, huh? I mean, I feel like you got somewhat of a trend there. I see what you're saying. It's all right. Yeah, you could bounce there for sure, but that's good to watch because if you lose it, then it's just more confirmation of downside. So I definitely would keep that. That's worth looking at. I like that. I'm cool on that idea. That rocks for me. And if you don't want a KYC, which I highly suggest you do, I'm very big on that. That's my thing, So, but you do whatever makes you happy. But Blowfin, you basically, eventually you'll probably have the KYC everywhere at one point. I don't think it's only a matter of time. Blowfin did launch Gummy though. And look at Gummy is still holding gains of 183% from their launch, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. And Gummy's still hot, right? From when it first came out, people were still in, despite the airdrop, despite everything that happened, people were still into Gummy, man. So, yeah. And you got to use the fear, in any moment the market could change. But right now, the way the moving averages are looking, they tell a big story. And again, I wish if I didn't understand the moving averages years ago, But the moving averages really tell me, like, who here, because I want to make sure, and I want to be judged by the public. I don't mind. Who here basically started hearing that we were going to take a pullback by watching this channel? Who here watched me say we were going to pull back, didn't like what I was saying, felt like I was full of old shoes, but like eventually realized, wow. Who here saw me talk short and then saw the short happen, and then that kind of really you kind of started buying into the process, right? I'm going to throw my hat into this short here as we got rejected by 57.5, which is kind of a key support resistance area, right? So it's a $56,000 trade, $2,500 in the trade. Already up $32. We'll see what happens, right? Fastest $30 you'll ever make in your life. We'll see what happens with this trade. And I'm taking a short, okay, to the downside for Bitcoin. Again, if you're uncomfortable shorting, flip the chart upside down and just take a long. Same idea, right? Funny, it does look like a rounded top, though, that's going to come back up the other way. Might just scalp my 50 bones, right? We'll see what happens. But Bitcoin getting that fall to 57,330 now after the rejection. And let's get that fall down, baby. Let's see your 5-minute time frame. 5-minute getting overbought. Unable to get above previous highs. And a bit of a bear flag to me, too. So the 5 minutes in a bear flag, touching the 21, likely to drop further to the downside. Like, you go to the 5-minute right now and flip it upside down. That looks like a little bull flag that I'd be playing. And I'd take that further to the upside day in and day out, right? So that just, you flip that back down and you're bear flagging, right? So still playing games around 57,300, and we may go more sideways. The tight moving averages do suggest we pump up to the 200, but pull back up. That's why the key is to only trade near the 200. Now, I'm learning this too now. Like, chances of winning trades are, or losing less money trading near the 300. Man, I respect the game when presented unbiased to my feelings. Amen. Me. The only I lose money in the market is when I'm impulsive and not doing enough research. Learning about trading off the 200 MA was the greatest trading gift ever. Thank you so much, Sam. Shout out to Bade. The market don't care about my feelings or my problems. Nope, it never has, and it never will. That's the key. That's the key. All right. It never has, and it never will. All right. And it's good not to watch your leverage trades. They'll swing around crazily, right? Right. And, the whole story of Roger Ver today, which I don't want to get into too much, but, he apparently sold tons of Bitcoin after he left the U.S., but I guess acquired the Bitcoin in the U.S. I don't know, but you have to pay an exit tax. So, like, he had Bitcoin at the time he left, but he wasn't going to sell it, right? So, but they wanted a piece of that, right? Apparently. Just interesting. And so he'll be dealing. We'll see where that goes. That's going to be an interesting case, to say the least. So weird. With some terrible news last night. Honestly, people say, see, a lot of people believe, think or believe that stuff. You just be careful, man. See, I'm just going through I'm an idiot. Why didn't I buy it? I ain't buying that. Yeah, exactly. They're not going to buy 57,000. Right, that's funny. Anyway, a lot of people will keep egging you on. And your emotions will tell you to listen to what you want to hear. So, because they'll want to soothe you, and what they'll do is they'll whisper sweet nothings in your ear. The market's gonna come back. Don't take profits. You got a diamond hand all the way to the, That's how they get everybody to dump on them every time, every single time, right? And so if you don't take yours here and there throughout the time that you're up or down, no matter what, you got to take some profits off the table. No one ever went broke taking profits. 333, baby. I've learned to have both scenarios planned out and be optimistic. The best thing I do with my life is joining the lifers. Amen. I longed all the time. Last week, I flipped the charts and learned how to short. Sammy explained it easily that it took a few hours to read the opposite chart. Keep your eye on the 1 minute 200. Thank you, Sam. Avo Tembro, God bless you, brother. Sam is my favorite crypto guy on YouTube. God bless Hank, man. We love you. You people are amazing. God bless all of you for being here. Blessings on blessings. I'm going to pray that this stream goes well. Look at this short going well right now. And we're finally not playing games. I'm back. I told you when I got back in, I'd start trading hard again. I just had to get back into the zone. I had to get back in the zone again. You had to give me some time, all right? I was trading. I was moving. I had a lot going on, all right? It wasn't, I'm still got a lot going on. But at least we got beds. We got more furniture in today. You can take a deep breath and look at what's happening. And things are all right, right? We French Canadians love Florida. I know that. I see a lot of Toronto people, Montreal people. I see y'all. Look, we're up $99 at the trade. Who's up in the short right now making gains with the lifer? Who's making gains with the lifer? Live, baby. Live, making gains. Real money. Getting printed here. $106 off $2,500, making 4%. They won't give you 4%. If you're lucky, you got to make your own 4%. Put a 333 in the comment section if you're making gains right now. Put a 333 if you're making gains on this short to the downside, baby. Putting real money in there, showing you how we do it. All right. Sammy gains, baby. So we can make money no matter which way the market's going. We can take advantage of this market. We just have to keep our cool, stay level-headed. We could do, look at all the 333s. Look at all the people making gains. If you want to be one of the people making gains, you might want to join the trading group. Jump onto the MEXC. Hit the link today to join MEXC. Don't stress. You can KYC on RNSID and get it in. I'm telling you right now, it's the best trading software I've ever seen. You can move your stop loss to break even. You can do all sorts of interesting, like if I just wanted to take my stop and just move it a little bit right now, right? I just grab this, just move it down. I just moved my stop loss. You see that? And look, this looks like it's about to take a nasty dump on the stochastics further to the downside. Let it rain, baby. This might turn into a pretty, and remember, shorts go down fast. Like you'll make fast money. Like it's $150 fast, right? Fast money on a short. Look at that, 116. I saw flash. Like it's because they're grabbing liquidity at this point. And now we want to see the longs get liquidated, which I can't stand them saying that. Oh, but again, right? And now when we see long liquidations, we know we're in the money now, right? Now you're up 200 beans, fast $200, right? Only use $2,500 to make 8%. Not a big shot here. We're just showing you how we get it done. All right. That could pay for dinner. That could pay for, that's a day's, 276, 295. Let the short bang on them, right? And now what we could do is we're happy with the trade. We take 50% off the table right off the bat. So I go to 50% here. Close short, entry price, just hit last. I'll close 50% on that short. I'll take 150 off the table if I could. Sometimes I can and I can't. For me, that's a fast $300. Like, I might just even take that. 282, bang, right? And what I'll do now is just wait for, actually, the 5 minute looks like it's gonna roast, but honestly, take the trade. Like you just made $300. I know, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. To me, that's how I like to do it. Take the trade. I wanted to do half and then move the stop loss to break even. That was what I really want to do and let the rest ride down. Likely you're going to go lower. All right? Likely you're going to go lower. To join the group and start making profits on your group, do we need to have any sort of knowledge? No. I take people from beginning to end. That's the key. I highly suggest you take my beginner's course, though. My beginner's course is going to change your life. Life or Vision trading course right here. Bang, bang, bang. And this is what's really going to get you going. The Life or Vision trading course. That's going to be my step list, my checklist and everything that kind of gets you into the next realm of trading, in my humble opinion. You take that course, it's $150, but you sit with me for 3 hours. It's live. You can get a recording too if you want. I highly suggest you at least learn that. That will be the basis that you can begin to learn so much more from. And it'll just really create a strong learning foundation for you. Okay. And look, I always tend to take profits at pretty good spots. Look at this, might reverse now. You never know. So I like to take my profits. And everyone's like, but you were always down. I was, but I didn't expect us to make that much money that fast. And so when I made that much money that fast, I decided to take the gain, right? It is what it is. So That's how you can make $300. Not, you know what I mean? Again, I make it look easy. Controlling my emotions, controlling the trade, planning out the trade, handling the trade, and always being happy with the gain. Dear Lord, thank you so much for the gain that I just got in this, very, very high risk. What I did was just very high risk. Let's just make that clear. My leverage was 20x. I put in $2,000, $2,500, right? If the market had shifted any different way, look how close I got in at 57. If it went to, I got in at 57, 380. If it went $400 the wrong way, I was out, right? Again, I didn't risk too much. I risked like 250 for 1,000. All right. Who here's learning how to do proper risk management here on this channel? Not just how to throw money in the market or where to buy. Everyone's like, oh, look, I gave you the best entry. I gave you this. That's great. I don't mind that. That's awesome. But you got to show people how to do proper risk management. No one's doing that. Not many people are doing that. All right. Dear Lord, thank you for everything forever. I will be grateful. Barbara Trader Joe, amen. And everybody that's grateful, write gratitude in the comments right now. I want everyone to feel gratitude for your life. Say, hey, I'm grateful for what I do have. I'm grateful for my family that breathes, my kids, right? Healthy. The other day, my daughter passed out on my arms for some reason. Who knows? These things are great, right? Dear Lord, thank you for my mom and dad did live a great life, right? Sad that my mom died tragically, but I had a beautiful mother to talk about right now, right? Some people never even had that. So gratitude, 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 gratitude. Let's reform our frequency. Let's stay in the present moment. Let's realize that all we have is today and all we have is gratitude. And if we can stay in gratitude and continue to move in gratitude, things will go in our way. You see what I'm saying? So sorry, I just wanted to use this moment of gratitude. So I keep having to move the stop loss up 3%. Okay. Yeah. And the trade still, you know what I mean? All right. We got a nice candle right when that trade opened. So that worked out for us pretty nicely. All right. I told you I was going to start hitting. I just had to give me some time to kind of just get my mind right. New house, new things, new furniture, new life, new state. Whole new, I don't even know what's going on right now. Do I really live in sunny Florida? Did I moved out of the house I moved? It just, the whole thing is insanity. Let's get back into brass tacks and see if there's something I'm missing out here. So look, this 30-second chart looks like it's about to get busy with a flag further to the downside. And oh man, there you go. And there's the payday for anyone who stayed in. You're the best. I love you. I'm grateful for all what I have. Yeah, Bitcoin lower for longer. Interest rates higher for longer. Exactly. I'll definitely book the Life Revision trading course. Amen. Thank you for saying that. Sammy, when you were young, did you know that you will have a life like this? People looking up to you. That's crazy. One love. No, I did not. I actually, when I was 9 years old, I believed that something big was going to happen to me. I really did. I always had this vision of doing something really, really big with my life. Really did. I got very depressed in my late 30s or my late 20s and into my 30s where things weren't going, because I thought I was going to be this known person, and I thought known people by their late 20s start doing things and start having accolades, and that wasn't the case. I didn't hit everything I wanted. I didn't get everywhere I wanted to be, and I had a lot of depression because I had this, and again, I had expectations of what life was going to be like. But I didn't realize that God was going to come into my life, and that God was going to have a deep, 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 deep relationship with me, and that God was going to teach me so many things. And through God's will and God's ability to connect with me and show me so many things in this universe, I found my way, and so, through the Creator, the great Creator, I'm able to hone in and realize why certain things are happening to me at certain times in my life now. And so whenever I go through struggle, it's weird. It's like I remind myself that the struggle was every way I got to where I'm at now. Right? You know what I mean? I had to stay and lost my job yesterday, but I'm very grateful for waking up this morning and thankful for my family and everything God has blessed with me. Amen. Be grateful for the moment you have. Somehow another moment will come that's even better than that moment. I don't know how it happens. I can't explain all the metaphysical behavior of life. But this short is printed now to the downside. I knew to get back in too. I was trying to find another entry on the smaller time frame, but it fell too fast. Like, shout out to everybody. But you know, right now, what I could do, right? See what happens. I almost lost my gratitude. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh, I should have been in longer. I would have made more money had I stayed in. I would have impressed everybody. It would have been a bigger win. So everyone would have said, look how much money he made in front of everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, and so then I would lose my sense of gratitude immediately and start getting greed for the moment. Should have had more. Could have had more. Could have done better. Should have done better, right? I did want to sell half and leave the stop loss at break even, but it's okay. I took my money, right? I got out of this candle. So be it. There'll be another chance. And there's the target now hit really from the symmetrical triangle that we talked about at the beginning of the stream. I mean, that's target hit right there. Bang. Now can we go further down to the bigger target that I want, all the way back down to 56,000 even. And now, right, we come back up to BOOKMAP and we start seeing what's happening here on BOOKMAP. And we look at BOOKMAP and we can see 56,000, 55,800, 56,000. We see so much more liquidity waiting for us further to the downside. Today could be that day we get further dumpage. Jerome Powell comes out and says, you know, we can't raise these rates. It seems like people are hearing what's happening in the bigger markets, right? Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see if it's dumping like the same. You know, your one bullish scenario is you just wick right now off of this 21 back into a bull flag. 2-3 weeks from now, we are pumping right back in and everyone acts like, you were scared. No, you were scared. No, you were scared. And everybody acts like they were just buying the dip and they never thought it could get worse. Let's take a look at the S&P futures getting a beat down right now to the ground. Now, they printed all this. They're going to have to print all this money, though. What now? That's what's interesting to me. But look, the S&P has lost the 200 MA and made a bit of a flag, a bear flag, right? And it's overbought on the 1 hour time frame. That shows the dump is coming too. So it looks like Jerome Powell is not going to be friendly. He's going to be hawkish. And it looks like we're going to suffer some serious pain here to the downside later on today. That's what it looks like to me. You tell me. As this trade, look, and there's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. So if I had been keen, I could have seen that, traded that right shoulder. Remember, they're slanted. Also, the 30-second losing the 200 MA right there is another indication of more downside. And it looks like we're going to head down to my next target. Once we lose this target, we're going to head down to the next bigger target. Oof. There's a little bit of regret on the table for me because that's a lot of money I would have made. Well, a lot more money I would have made, right? I do gotta stop. You know, I do sometimes just get nervous live trading, and you know it could have reversed immediately, and then I lose in front of everyone. So I like to win when people are watching me. I might be a little more risky alone. You know what I mean? Which is interesting, right? But again, at the same time, I think what I did demonstrate was a cool and calculated way to make gains in the market, how to get in and how to get out, right? Not everyone shows you how to get out. Because why? Because they keep thinking it could get better, so they don't get out. And then by the time it reverses, they've cut their profits in half. So it is what it is. You know, you go with the flow however you go, right? Remember, we're here on mexc.com. Link in the description to Mexc if you want to jump on in. Also right here in the pinned comment section, join the trading group, join Mexc, I Trust Capital, and if you go to my website, cryptolifer.com, and you scroll, maybe if I relink it there, but if you scroll and check it out, and we go to the bottom, maybe I have a cookie going, but we have a weekly newsletter that will pop out at you, and you can put your email address in there and jump on into the weekly newsletter. It'll blow your mind. I think you really, truly enjoy it. If you watch me and you're a lifer, it's just going to add to what you're already getting. So I think you'd absolutely love it. It's completely free. There's no obligation. You just have to click a box saying that if we do send you a promotion, which we would only send you once in a while for anything that I think you would desire. Like if we do a discount for something like a summer sale or something like that, you'll get free access to it. We might even, a lot of times we give you guys, if we do a 20% sale, we give you guys an extra 5% off everyone who signed up to the newsletter. So the newsletter gives you a lot of perks that we add on later on. So that's just one thing that I want you to understand, you know. So I think it's really super beneficial to jump into the newsletter. My team really thought about a good way to make it awesome. And yeah. So again, we could almost extend this bigger idea here, right, to the 30-second. So now what I've done is I've gotten myself deep into price action. I've been watching Bitcoin, right? And again, I gave you a short yesterday that's still in the money from the live stream yesterday, right? So it's not like I've been preparing you guys for this move down for a long time. Ever since the weekly got too far away from the 21. For the rest of your life now, you guys know what I know. You guys know whenever you get too far away from the 21. Now, what's interesting is same thing happened on the weekly for the S&P. The S&P got too far away from the 21, came to it, did a beautiful bounce. Now, what you don't want to see is you do not want to see the weekly lose, the S&P lose the 21. The S&P is a little far ahead of Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin is still not on the 21 yet. You see, the S&P is. However, the S&P is far more oversold than Bitcoin on the weekly. It's a little, it's interesting. So what I see happening personally is I don't understand how the stocks can go down and they can print money. It doesn't, because they don't go hand in hand. You can't print money and have things that are valued in the dollar not go up in value, right? So there's two scenarios here. And this is why we do the Twisted Sister, all right? We make some type of falling wedge and we do go lower and we have to come back to a Fibonacci retracement. And that's where Fibonacci, you have to know when to use Fib and how to use it. And then that 618 basically lines up with the previous resistance, which is like amazing. And that's kind of Bitcoin's little this did what Bitcoin did in a way, if you think about it. It's kind of crazy. That's Bitcoin's little move. And so the pullback for Bitcoin to 52,000 is this pullback somewhere to 4,800 for the S&P. Could it bounce back up here too? This is what we're looking at. Get tight, make some type of flag. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we make sideways bullish consolidation here, because they got to print this money. And I just don't see how the printing of the money isn't going to propel us further to the upside. At one point, it'll be an anomaly for me. Now they're going to go after the longs back to 57,000, which is pretty awesome, right? And then that makes me like happy that I took my gain, right? It's funny, right? It's also relieving to be out of the market, in and out. And again, we were in that trade for how long? I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, maybe a little more. I don't want to be, quoted on that. But that was how we, and I made close to $300. I think I took about 280, 270 out of the trade. So, hey, I don't know what else you could do to make yourself $300 in now that short amount of time, especially when the market just, and it teaches you how to stay level-headed. It teaches you how to stay focused. It teaches you how to stay disciplined. Trading is one of the most beautiful things in the world because you got to really, really hone in to make it work. Look at all the distractions in my life today. Internet, people showing me, right? My wife, my kids, my wife's not a distraction. I shouldn't say that, but I want to take care of her the right way. I want to make sure she has what she needs. My kids, the house that we're in, getting all the furniture, new people in my life, right? A new state. And it doesn't matter. None of that matters, right? Because it's all an excuse if you can't maintain. It's all just an excuse you're using for why you're not where you want to be in life. You can make all the excuses you want of why you're not where you want to be, or you can make it happen. It's up to you every single day of your life. Are you ready to take action? I did something different today. I changed the camera. I don't know if you guys notice it, but I changed the camera to be more front on. The camera used to be higher. I changed it to be more front on right here. I wanted to be more, I think I'm going to change the lens tomorrow too, but to make it really. And normally I wanted my monitors touching, right? Today I said, I'm going to open the monitors. I'm going to put the camera right there, right here, look. And I wanted to be more, I felt a more connection. I felt like it could be closer and less kind of I don't know. I had this vision. And so with all the things going on too, I'm sitting there changing the camera today because I want the close, even though we're just online, I want that connection, that human connection. I don't care if some people, whatever, you say whatever you want. People make jokes, people get uncomfortable. I love human beings. I want to see human beings do great things with their life. I believe that the human race is we're all beautiful people. Too many things are the news, all the battles that we're seeing, at the end of the day, it's all degrading the human race. It's all degradation. Everything we're seeing, war, kids dying, all the pain, it's all about degrading us. Republican versus Democrat, Democrats fighting amongst Democrats now, right? We have it all. Like, we have, black versus white. We have Spanish versus Spanish people that were here, Spanish people that aren't here, right? They have divided inside of division. They're doing a great job. South versus North, right? They got it going. The powers that be really know how to stir up the pot and get everyone to kind of live in what's called hate. And if you live in a state of gratitude in the present moment, it's really hard to stay. Now, you got to stand for something. But stand for something is not hating on something else. All right, I want to make that clear. You cannot do what your neighbor does and not hate on what he does, but you could say, hey, that's not for me. That's not for me. All right. Anyway, I want to find another trade. To do that, I got to start fresh again. It's really, I know this is weird. It's like, why? He might end up back on those smaller time frames because it all matters to me. All right. So here's the deal. If we don't get a bounce here, or coming to, and look, whenever you're in a gap in the VRVP, I don't care what the asset is, so likely you're coming back down to the point of control, or the next high volume node. And it's sticking out right there. And it's very that's why it's so likely you come down to 43,000, in my humble opinion. A lot of people don't buy into that idea. And see, that's what I love about being a guy who's in the charts and not see, everyone else is listening to Twitter, what they feel, what they think, and all this. And it's cool. I'm not saying that's the worst thing to do, but look, I might be the first one to say, I believe that we're in some type of descending triangle here. And descending triangles make a move the base. And we're headed down to the 200 MA. And I've been talking about the head and shoulder the whole time. So anyone who says, I think we hit the bottom today, right? I'm still stuck on my head and shoulder that is supposed to do what it's supposed. So I've extrapolated just this section from the chart. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't register to me as a big deal, if that makes sense. What I mean is, I would see this as Bitcoin and be like, oh, it can't go down. It's too many people buying it, and have all these reasons and excuses to not look at the TA. You get what I mean? Because maybe I don't want to do the technical analysis correctly. See? So shoulder, head, right shoulder, down to the 200 MA here, okay? It's just so likely. Down to the high volume node. It's just so likely. Descending triangle to the downside. This all just looks proper to me. Head and shoulder. I see bearishness on bearishness. I wouldn't buy into Bitcoin pumping unless we got above that 67.2 area, which we just completely defied. Just wasn't going to happen. And then remember, when we got rejected by the 400, 200 MA, I gave you all the reasons why we were going down. And I showed you over and over again. Then I said, watch the 8-hour 200. I said, if you lose that 8-hour, open up a short. Get yourself short and learn. And then I even said, let's start learning how to short. Whether you know how to short or not, let's use this time to learn how to short. Let's stop playing games with being in the market and not knowing how to make money both ways. That's unacceptable. I know people that said, I'm just a long trader. But come on, that means I get it. You don't want to, if you've made tons of money, maybe you just want to jump in when the market rips. I get it. But either you were racing for the hotness then and you missed out on the bull run, or you got pounded now. And again, it could have went the other way and you would have missed out on the gains. It doesn't matter. And so you're here now. Whether you're down huge, up a lot, just learning. Some people were just starting. They wanted to get into Bitcoin, but it was too high. They didn't want to chase 70,000, 60,000. A lot of people were saying, hey, I'm going to join that trading group today. It's finally down to 57. I was waiting for a pullback. You can't be, some people knew nothing about trading, but they're just good at emotions. Their whole life, whatever they've done before, they may have done something else where they don't use their emotions. They may be in real estate, right? Where they don't chase and they wait for the property to come to them. In real estate, you really want to wait for the property to come to you. Even my rental that I'm in right now, I may have overpaid a little bit, right? I haggled. They didn't meet my haggle, and I should have just said, okay, I'm walking away. You got to be ready to walk away from everything until the right price comes to you. All right? Now, I was left in a little bit of a tight choice, and I wanted what I wanted this time. But again, desire And emotions can sometimes make you overpay for things. And I'm looking around and I know that now. Some would say you didn't. Some would say you got exactly what you paid for. It all depends on perspective too. All right. But it just, I think about each move mathematically in life, whether it's rent, life, living quarters, whatever it is. All right. So again, like this looks more like it's going to go further to the downside again, and we could possibly take another short here. I'm just trying to make sense of like what we're in. Looks like a little broadening, falling bear flag, kind of like. And when we move fast, you need the smaller time frames to really give you a hone in on what's happening. Right. So again, like we fell from this bear flag. And see how the 21 just crossed the 50 to go lower? That's pretty bearish. And this is, so what I see now, I see that, again, the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And again, you never know what's actually happening. You're based on, everything is based, my mind is just creating these random probabilities in my head, right? I just believe in myself. Like trading is about believing in your thought process. I believe that that's a head and shoulder, so I trade it. If I didn't believe in myself, I couldn't trade a head and shoulder because I wouldn't believe what I saw. Your confidence in yourself has so your subconscious mind and the belief in yourself has so much to do with your ability to trade and become a good trader. And people don't realize that. They think it's all manifestation and they think that's all lost in the sauce stuff. Even people that don't truly believe in manifestation, they're using it whether they realize it or not. Because it's the code to the universe. You must manifest. Like if you're not working on manifestation, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Look at the house I manifested that I'm in right now. It's insane. I walk around right now and I know it's a part of my brain. My brain created this whole world that I live in now. Every corner that I turn, every hallway that I walk down, every time I jump in that jacuzzi, every time I look at the pool and I look out on the water and I see the palm trees, this was what I envisioned for myself. I envisioned living in a beautiful place with beautiful weather, with beautiful people, and a beautiful home. That's what I envisioned. With the perfect car, the nicest of the niceness, the highest of the luxury. That's what I always envisioned for myself as a young person throughout my life. Why should I, me and my dad, I watched my parents, they had old cars. They were shaken. My dad always had used cars, never bought a new car. And I said, that I'm not going to do that. From the very second I got a job making $100,000, I leased my cars. I wrote them off and I leased them. You see what I'm saying? Like under my business, because I had to travel as a media company and get from location to location. I had to bring equipment. I had to fill the trunk with stuff. Like, so, and then I learned business. I see a head. This is a complex head and shoulder, like a shoulder, head, shoulder. Look for that right shoulder, and looks like more downside is coming. Possible double bottom, I'll give you that. There's a chance that we're trying to bottom here at 56,007. But it doesn't look amazing to me, I'll tell you that. It doesn't look amazing to me. Let's see if we get a really strong divergence on like the 1 minute. And again, it's funny, with all this going on, it's also Jerome Powell Day, which is just fascinating to me, right? It's also the day that so it's just, when it rains, it pours. But I think we did really good on that early day short. There it was right there. You can see a piece of it, but that was the little triangle we traded in the breakdown. Got out a little early. It dumped a little more, but came right back up to basically at exit. So who's the wiser, right? There's a bunch of people that traded that wrong, right? Got in when I got in. When it came down, got greedy, stayed in the trade. It came back up. You're actually still in the green right now, but you're maybe barely in it, Oh, big volume spike just came in. Look at that. A big green volume spike just came in at 57,120 for Bitcoin. We'll just see if they change any liquidity, but I don't see it. Still big reg down at 55,000 all the way to 53K. And we want the 618 and we want it now, right? It's just like, so some people are screaming about a double bottom here. We now have some support at 56,800, 56,850. And, could that hold? That's the question. That's what we're looking for. Beautiful fallen wedge. Fallen wedges break out 68% of the time. But like 7 minute, 5 minute. It's weird to see what I'm seeing there was this higher point divergence. A little bit of it. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that. I just wanted to move my chart. Little bit of an inverted head and shoulder here. And this is for the guy that always says like he can't see the candles. Is make it nice and neat for him on the 1 minute. All right, that's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, and now you're starting to flag, right? Could we now scalp back up to the 200 MA? Curving 21, right? I've seen that bump up. This would be a quick little scalp the other way, right? Same time could get a rejection by the top of this channel there. See this channel? Fascinating, isn't it? The world of cryptocurrency, and there's the world, and you could trade everything I'm showing you. You could trade anything this isn't just cryptocurrency trading. This is trading. I want to make that clear. This channel is like I'm gonna call the crypto lifer, but it really should be the trading lifer. Maybe I don't know. I love crypto though. Crypto is about freedom. Crypto is about difference, but we never know too. What if crypto is like, I've always thought it could have been made by an entity we don't know. It's a great way to track every single person's transaction forever. Maybe this is the slow way of getting people in. Who knows how they do it, right? I'd watch this flag here getting tighter with a move possibly back to the 200 MA at 57,500. All right. That's a beautiful double bottom. Starting to get the curve. Even if we hit that and dumb, I see a little move here coming. So I'd watch this flag now back to the upside for Bitcoin to about 57,544. Is that the bottom for the day? I'd like a bigger divergence, and we'll have to marinate on that and see what happens. I'd like a bigger divergence personally. We didn't get it per se, but I'd like a bigger divergence. So only time will tell. We'll check in. We will check in. Starting to curve here, getting tighter, 21 curving, get above the 200, the point of control there, and we can gap right back up. And usually when you get tight, you pump up to the 200. It's a game of moving averages all the time, every time. Pretty wacky. Also, this is, see how sharp that's down, and that's like, it's down, but not as sharp as that. That is technically a bullish divergence. It's a Class C bullish dip. All right, and then we got super oversold on the stochastic and the MACD as well. So we bounced from 56,600 all the way back up to 57,158. Now we're going to watch this flag to kind of see where we stand here for Bitcoin. Levels that I'm talking about that matter, right? That you got to get back above 58,250, right? If you can't get back above that area, more downside, all right? And this flag didn't play out. Look, just rejection, dump city. And so look, you want to make this kind of symmetrical triangle here. And see how I'm not right or wrong. My mind is always moving. I'm always looking. I'm always just saying, well, what could it be? Like what are we watching? And at one point, your mind will get meshed. You got to go outside, look at the water, look at something different, cleanse your brain, and come back to the chart again. You know what I mean? Just now, my mom was like, you're overloading yourself with too many time frames, too much. You got to step back and be like, okay, let me take a break here. Let me pull back. All right. Get some good music playing. Funny, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for sticking with me throughout all the issues that could not happen. I appreciate it. Monthly candle close last night was a wash. I apologize for that. What? No one else is real and accurate as Sam. I don't rag on many people, but I've been watching for literally 4 years since the beginning. I can't imagine not hearing from the lifer and the fam every day, man. God bless you, Crypto Cockatoo, man. Been watching me for 4 years, bro. Thank you for saying that. Blessings on blessings, brother. I'm a smaller crypto influence in Florida. Just moved into my first single family this weekend to the East Coast. Congrats to you and welcome home, brother. You've always been a Floridian at heart. God bless you. Thank you. You know, it's funny. There's more to Florida than you realize when you get here. And there really is. Looks like 40s is a stronger support than 52K. It does. I 100% agree with you. Thank you for your humility, lifer. Thank you. And I appreciate that you see that. Some people see it the other way and think I'm a complete, I don't know what it is, you know. You know, as my channel grew really fast, you get a lot of like, you know, when I was like at a certain level, people knew me, right? And so everyone that talked to me was pretty good at me. Then your channel grows pretty fast and you get like a lot of hate and like weird, you know, just like trolling. And, you know, I had to deal with that recently. I had to just realize it's all good. You know? Man, so the company that broke my car window, they don't want to pay. They just want to yell and scream at me and swear at me. I had my accountant call, my attorney call. They just yelled and screamed at him too. It's insanity. You know, when I was in Florida, I almost got eaten by a hungry alligator. Be careful. Sam, welcome to Florida. Soon people will start preparing for hurricane season. Support projects, people, and yourself by learning more about crypto on the red days. And we got storm windows here. The realtor that said if the storm comes in, she's like, I'm gonna have to come to your house. She said, because this house has the strongest windows in the neighborhood. So I was like, okay. She's like, you're gonna be fine here. Oh yeah, I love the food, man. Florida is paradise. Can you show the halving chart to see the post-halving dump from the past? Yeah. And let's take a little deep dive like he's saying. I like what he's saying here. We'll look at the all-time history index. And we'll compare this halving dip to the last few halving dips. We'll talk about it. That's just a request by the lifer. I'm going to do it. I think it's a nice thing to do. I still see, I zoomed in the whole time, see? And I was in the chat too. So the first Bitcoin halving was on November 28th, then June 9th, and then May 11th of 2020, right? And then we had our fourth one just now, April 19th. It's so crazy. So 4 halvings have occurred. Let's look at the last 3. Let's look at November 28th of 2012. We'll start small, we'll go back. So November 28th of 2012. Now this halving we think will be less significant, but we'll find out, right? Hit the like button, please. Hit the notification bell. Let us go all the way to 1,000 likes today. We're getting 1,000 likes every single day. Just because the Bitcoin channel doesn't dump doesn't mean we can't keep 1,000 likes going. Yeah, we're not going to zoom anymore. We got you. All right, so look. November 12th of 2020, November 28th of 2012. November 28th of 2012. I bring this right next to me. So there's the 26 right there. All right. So that was the halving right there, November 28th of 2012, right? And you can see we did pump. We didn't break the all-time high, but we did pump into the halving. After the halving, we didn't really dip much. Honestly, we pumped pretty nicely to 13. We did dump all the way back down to like 12, and then the lowest we went to was 1283, and so that one almost doesn't count, but it happened. All right, so that one we just continued, but Bitcoin was early. We have to remember that. So that halving was very significant comparatively. Our next halving for Bitcoin is going to be July 9th of 2016. All right, July 9th of 2016. Now you're at a July 11th. You could say we had the halving. We got to a high of 680. All right. Seems to be the high of the candle. And we would take a dip all the way down to 469. All right. And we're going to give you the percentage there. is on the pullback. All right. We know what you want. We got you. So from that high, and again, we had pumped even higher into before the halving. So we took look at that. So we pumped into the halving, got really crazy, started to dip before the halving even started, which is kind of what happened here. All right. And then boom. And then, right, so 40% pullback on that halving before we would eventually get a run up. What I will show you, though, is the moving averages. At this, we would never lose, the weekly 21 SMA. We did come all the way back to the weekly, though, see? So we got too crazy, and then we did wick almost to the 50-day, came back, and then we would stay above the 21-week moving average, all right? Let's get to our next halving, which was going to be now on May 11th of 2020, okay? Hold control, grab whatever you need. There it is, to the day, May 11th. Of 2020 right there. And again, let's see how high, you could count that high in that dip, but that's like, you know what I mean? At the same time, even before halving, we had a 71% dip, which we would survive and just, but, I'm not going to place that in there. But you could say, so there's our halving. You could say after the halving, we got to a high, but this almost pumped after the halving a little bit. But it made it about a 20% dip. And then even here was about, after the halving came, we even got about a 26% dip. All right. And now our halving here, right? And so, like, to me, already kind of more, like there's not really a pattern of a dip before, a little bit, right? And already 12%. So, you could say, yeah, we need a 20% dip for the halving, right? And that would take us right down to these key areas too as well. It would make a lot of sense. So, and there's Bitcoin breaking further back down to the downside there. And now it's about to fall. Whenever it does that, it usually takes a nice dump down. The area that we're looking at is my target here at 56,600 for Bitcoin. Okay. So we finally did it. It took me literally 2 weeks to clear my brain, get to a new place. I had to take my entire studio down, rebuild my entire studio. I had to load money up into the account. I had to get ready. Remember Bitcoin was 25K last October? Those were the days. I know, right? Bitcoin does not control price. Whales and institutions do. Oh man, with your power, this could turn into the biggest bear trap ever. You know what I'm saying is, that's why I only short, like I don't make massive shorts. Like I'm not DCing into massive shorts. I'm not doing that, All right. Sam is my smarter little brother from another mother. Been learning from him since 2020. Amazing character. Happy to have you here in Florida. Shout out to Bahama Gene, man. So many awesome people from the channel here in Florida. I feel like you're all my brothers and sisters. I can't believe I live in Florida. I look out the window and I see a palm tree right now. I just can't believe it. I think it's insane. I find it absolutely absurd. You told me that would be but it's what I always believed. And today's the day that my dad died, man. My dad died on May 1st. He died at 2 a.m, but the stream ended right now, last year at this exact day. I ended the stream right here, like 11:40, 11:55. And my phone text from my mom, and she said, Finn's not doing too well. He's going to be getting airlifted to Mass Medical Hospital, like to Mass General, and I was like, and next thing you know, I was in a cab within 5 minutes. I had all my things in a little bag. I was in a cab, and I was there in that room with my dad. My mom would then pass on Thanksgiving this year, so like, I never really had a chance to really process the death of my father. It was because while I was going through that mourning process, my mom died, and she died in such a more tragic, insane way. It would have felt like at the time, and so And through it all, we never stopped the channel. We never took a day off. We always kept pushing, right? And so 83 degrees right now here in sunny Florida. I mean, like, it's so beautiful. Like, this is where I live now. Oh my gosh. Like, this is, look, like it's going to be 89 today. Mostly sunny. Oh man, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Sunny Sarasota, Florida, man. Warmer than West Palm Beach today. We got you. We got you. On the East Coast. That's funny. God bless you and your entire family. Thank you. Yeah. Giving you a huge hug from Japan. Thank you, man. God bless you, Emmanuel. I hope you're all right, man, with everything that happened, right? So, and that was the next kind of trade idea there. Get in right there. See, it almost make a right shoulder, but it did not, right? And I could see it. How I knew it was going to dump is when you lose this kind of angle and the moving averages kind of come together and you just kind of get this fall through, right? And honestly, like, we could just keep this flag alive and keep this full and say, I mean, this thing wants to go the length of the pole, which gives you 53,000. If you can get to 56, you're going to 53, right? And so I moved to Colorado last year and I feel the same way. I've been in Florida this weekend, only 3-hour drive from me. Love to kayak the Springs, but just wait till it's 110. You may be in t-shirts before we know it. You're funny. A balmy 50 with no sun in Boston today. I know, see, there you go. Short liquidations are coming soon. D-Dub, same here, but I always like fishing when I'm on the boat. You guys are awesome, man. Blessings on blessings, everybody. I'm not going anywhere. I just wanted to do that. I have 2 doors here, and it's better if they're closed, but I was afraid they would affect the Wi-Fi. I don't close it. I just wanted to close the doors. Because they would, number one, they stop echo. And I just wanted to see if the Wi-Fi still gets through the door. See, this is what the problem with the Wi-Fi recently that we had was, there's an extender that's feeding me Wi-Fi, and my computer likes to take that and take that internet. But then it is also Wi-Fi, and it's actually 2 different signals for whatever reason. And once I disconnected from it, it kept trying to say it was taking it, and I couldn't figure out. But I had connected it to a wire once, so my computer remembered it. So then it kept connecting back to it wirelessly, but acted like it was connected with the wire. So the little icon on my computer, which should have been a Wi-Fi signal, was the little box, like I was connected. I don't, like a network box. Yeah. So anyway, Sammy, you have to come to Miami Bitcoin Day, May 11th. Oh yeah, Bitcoin Day in Miami. Okay. I mean, that's in 10 days. I don't know. See, my wife's super pregnant, man. I need to be here for her. Yeah, it was the fastest year of my life, man. My dad passed so fast. And a year will go by. That's another thing, everyone. A year is going to go by fast again. Make sure you're in a good mood all the time. Be super happy about your life. Money comes and goes. Losses come and go. Learn to do it better. Take your money when you're up big. Like, learn to do it better. That's all I can say. And heed the sauce that you're seeing in front of you. As long as you keep this higher low, there's a chance that is your higher low for the day. They try to turtle soup us right now, like last little move. That's why I didn't open up another trade. I decided, right? No, I didn't have NordVPN on though. I didn't. Yeah. See, look, quick connect. I don't have it on. Ah, man. When you disconnect from off the emblem, we'll change it back to Wi-Fi. When you disconnect from OT to the emblem, yeah, hidden bullish on the weekly now. Really though? I didn't see that. Oh yeah, you're right. No, yeah, you're right. And that's, I mean, we're sticking to that. Like, yeah, now you got, let me go back twice, right? Yeah. You get hidden bullish on the weekly for sure. Again, it's a little shallow. It may be here, and it may be able to give us lower, right? and we'll still get the hidden bullish. You're looking for the hidden bullish, the 618. See, what I look for is this, personally. My model that I trade all the time, like I'll DCA into this all the time, is I'll wait for the 618. I'll wait for the 618 hidden bullish and the oversold stochastic. And if we can get all those, it's money. It's all money, right? So just west of Denver in the mountains, baby. Shout out to you. Wait until you feel the humidity effect. Every time you go out, we'll feel like walking into a sauna. I like that feeling, man. I'm okay. I'll spray myself with water. I'll have a little fan. I'll be fine, man. I don't know why you guys bug out. It's just a state of mind, man. Temperature is just a state of mind like everything else. Cold, hot. You can figure it out. You can get through it no matter what. It's all about your mind. Everything is about your mind. Every single thing is about your mind. Everything is a test for your brain. Put some bird soup on the palms facing south for your locals. Some birdhouses on the palms facing south for your locals. You're funny. Jerome Powell is going to pull a Bitcoin hard wallet out of his pants at the conference. You guys are funny, man. I'll take the heat over the cold any day. They're fear-mongering you. Yeah. They definitely are, right? I'm sitting in the office with the AC. It's 85 in here. Funny. You haven't gotten a 98% humidity yet, Sam. I'll be fine, man. You guys are just... I went to Central Florida in mid-July, and it was hard to breathe. Would have traded this weather for anybody, good or bad. You can't FUD Florida. I'm sorry. Amen. Amen, man. Amen. Yo, I'm from Florida now, just like you, Stag. Isn't this weird, bro? I find it really strange, man. I find it really strange. Sam, hope you and the family are well down there. You fit in great. Shout out to Jamal. Jamal, I love you, man. I'll get to you. What happened was Justin was right near me. He came. I didn't need tons of help. Really, just 4 or 5 hours. But I'd like to have you come when you can just relax, man, and use the pool and just chill. You know what I mean? I do still have a lot to do, but I didn't want to like make you have to come to just work, man. You work a lot. Another thing you could FUD is H-bar. Just look at the shine, right? Sorry, sitting in office all week without AC, 85, bad work environment. AC coming back on supposedly this afternoon. Law firm, if you can believe it. That's crazy. You should never have to do that. I would never go to work. I would be like, nah, I'm working from home. Like, get a boat and some boiled peanuts. Amen, right? I lived in Florida for 25 years and didn't block work for 20 years. I feel like temperature will get... I lived in Florida for 25 years and did block work for 20 years. I feel like temperature will get you. Be careful. I don't know. What is he saying? And did block work for 20 years. Also, I'm not going to be here in the summer, man. Every summer, I'm going to move to Massachusetts, to a beautiful island that has like no, like, that's the plan, you know? I grew up in ETX with high humidity. I love it. Live in Colorado now and love it. But the dry air is tough for me. Interesting. All right. I'll be back to the trading group, giving you guys updates throughout the day. Little something to look at here. You're bear flagging with a lower low. Look for the lower high one more time. But that target's further down. You're going to 54.9, 55K in my humble opinion. And you're starting the move. And now you have this. Previous support is resistance, right? Right here. Bounce, resistance. So now we go to the smaller time frame and we make this flag. And honestly, it has some like descending vibes, right? Trying to do the cup and handle, but to me, that's like a hidden descender. It would be hard to see this if I hadn't done this for years, honestly. Like they're trying to Adam and Eve it, but I see a dump. And likely going to go all the way down to the trend, but I see a dump to the downside right now about to happen. They're attempting to Adam and Eve you right now. Like, look, this. But to me, it's unlikely. I see a free fall like about to happen, literally. I'll actually wait on the live a little bit here because I see a free fall. For my mobile people, I'll zoom in here on these candles. They're attempting to double bottom us right here at 56,700. That's what they're attempting to do. There's support there. The second we lose it, though, we're dropping further down to 56,255, and then all the way possibly to 55, 54.9, 55K, right? I straight up deleted my Coinbase app off my phone. I'll check back in a few months. Can't handle watching my balance drop. Might be a smart move for, you know what I mean? Chat is something today, man. You're funny. A lot of awesome people here that don't like. Yeah, I'm at Pikes Peak and love it. Alex Becker says going to jail would be beneficial to our portfolios. Made me laugh. Get yourself in-ground pool set up like an oasis and you'll be fine. All joking aside, it is nice here. Amen. Soul stopped falling after getting to 120 this time. Beautiful double bottom there for Bitcoin now. That could be our day. That could be our move. You know, it tried to do one here, went up, came back down again. Let me just look at it. Just gonna look at it. I don't know if I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna look. But that's got descending vibes. I guess it is a double bottom though. See it? Starting to spike up. It's technically the money raider, but like they brought it so low. So double bottom for Bitcoin. Or descending triangle that gets rejected right here. I feel like it broke out of the falling wedge it was in. Like, see that? That's why sometimes my updates are, because I'm like, I'm going through it in my mind, like exactly what I'm looking at. It's a giant double bottom. Could give us a further move to the upside. I like what I'm seeing. So, everybody, I love you. I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. It is 12:03. I appreciate each and every one of you. We had a blast. We made some gains. We found a way to make money no matter what. First live trade in a while. Got my head back in the game. Felt great, babe. Felt great. Stream went well, even though it seemed like there's some lag at first, but we got through it all. And this is going to be the setup for the next few days, you know, for the next few weeks, actually. So we should be good to go. I changed the camera angle, and everything is rocking. Can't see your screen. Yeah, don't worry. We're going to get out of there. Watching it like this looks more like a descending triangle to me that's going to dump. But if you breach this trend line, you're going to pump to the 200. If you can break the 200 MA on the 1 minute, I'll open up that'll be a chance of possibly long. Just small scalp though. I'm not saying we're going to reverse all the way to the upside, just the scalp. Let me take a look at the fan funding and everybody here on the fan funding. Shout out to Alex Happa. Shout out to Pragmatic Man. Shout out to Crypto Chino. Shout out to Drake Hobbs and Phil S. You know, the people that give during this time, you are the OGs. God bless you all for doing that. Thank you so much for the love. We appreciate you more than you would ever know. And we thank you so much for being here with the Crypto Lifers. Everybody, I love you. I thank you so much for jumping on in every single day, no matter what. Internet issues get in my head a little bit. They really do. Like, it's weird that they do, but they do. Because I'm like, hey, it doesn't stream right. It doesn't stream right, you know, and things gotta be right. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post my next video. And remember, I'll be here every single day giving you the updates, giving you the live streams, and giving you live trades on MEXC, baby. Sign up to MEXC today if it's in your fancy, in your territory. Blowfin if it's something that you're looking at. Remember, they launched Gummy. Open up a Coinbase, whatever, you know, get yourself involved in cryptocurrency today. Links in the description below. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Have a wonderful day.